Well, hello, my waxy weirdos. Welcome back to the White Bat Wax YouTube channel. Today is a work day, another wax chat video, and I will be working on / introducing you all to the Apothecary collection. It's my newest collection of candles, yay, finally, and wax melts. So let's get into it. Toward the end of last year, which is 2025, in the fall, I released my very first candles in glass vessels. I started with tins, and I still like the tins, but my heart belongs to glass. Truly, I love a glass vessel. I think we all do, right? Tin has its place. It's travel friendly. It won't break. All of those good things, but I'm old school. I love glass. It's classic. It's pretty. I wanted to go in the direction that was traditional with a twist for this Apothecary collection. I found these wonderful little 4-ounce Apothecary jars in an amber color that is a beautiful warm brown color, but this little size, at least with my wax, the wax blend that I use, it burns 25 hours-ish. Give or take a little bit depending on how well you take care of your candle with the wick and all of that, but they're just great. They fit in your hand. They fill a space. I mean, not a mansion, let's keep it real, but they'll fill your room, your bathroom, whatever. Just so good. So good. I had a vision for the labels on this beautiful amber glass. Traditional craft paper, just tan and natural. Now, I know you're thinking, Carla, you're acting as though this is innovative. Amber glass with a craft label. Doesn't every other hipster natural brand out there do that? Yeah, of course. But I wanted to introduce a little bit of a twist to this. I wanted to introduce an element that was a little bit unexpected. Enter the holographic lamination. So it's the amber colored glass with the craft label, but that craft label has a holographic rainbow, iridescent-ish laminate to it. It's an unexpected twist. I adore how it looks. Holographic rainbow is not something that is typically paired with natural color palettes, right? It kind of negates the idea of wanting to go a natural route. But here's the thing, I wanted to go metaphysical with it. She wanted to get a little witchy with it. She wanted to get a little, not necessarily spooky, but she wanted to get a little esoteric. And of course, I couldn't stop with the holographic label. This is me, of course. And this is White Bat Wax. So I found some fantastic little metal bats, these little rustic gold metal bat charms that I tie around every jar. Oh, they're so fabulous, just so cute. It just finishes off the magical, mystical, cottage gothy, witchy poo-poo vibes that I wanted to go with for this Apothecary collection. And did I mention the powder? We've got natural, biodegradable mica sparkle on top of these candles. So it's all just a lovely mystical little package, and I love it so much. Voila, the Apothecary collection. That's how it was born, and here we are. The next step after the candles, of course, was to create the wax melts, and that is the footage that we are going to be seeing throughout the bulk of this video. I will quickly discuss the scents because I've been yapping and I haven't even discussed what exactly the Apothecary collection is. So let's chat about it. One thing that I have learned, and it's a massive lesson to have learned, and it was a very expensive lesson to have learned, but it is what it is. It's that scents that work very well, exceptionally well in a wax melt may not always work at all in a candle. However, scents that are great in a candle will always be either as good or much better in a wax melt. Ain't that about a bitch? Now, truthfully, I know when one considers the chemistry that goes into creating a candle, the components, the combustibility, and this, that, and the other, yeah, okay, we understand how that can happen, temperature differences and whatever. I get it. I understand it, but I still don't like it. I still don't have to accept it. Well, accept it I have to, but I just don't have to like it, okay? And so it's just something that I kind of knew might happen, but I didn't anticipate it because with most of the candle brands that I see out there, I see that they release candles and wax melts for every single scent that they have. And I thought, okay, well, it can't be that difficult, right? If everyone does it, I must be able to do it too. But maybe I'm just too particular, or enter XYZ excuse here. But if something doesn't smell as good or better in a candle as it does in a wax melt, I'm just not going to sell it. That's just not what I want for my brand. And so I've had to kill off a few scents. It is what it is. So how that relates to this Apothecary collection is that I did something different. And this is something that I'm going to be doing moving forward for every product that I release. I tested in the candle wax first. And once the scents worked in the candles, then I thought, baby, if they work in a candle, they're going to be as good or better in a wax melt, so we're good to go. And that put me in the position that I am in now. I will be continuing to discontinue certain wax melts. And technically, sure, I could keep them in my line, but I'm not going to do that. It overcomplicates the product line, and I just want a cleaner product selection. I don't want something that's only available in a wax melt and never going to be available in a candle. And it's just, we're not doing all that. We're not doing all that. It complicates things that don't need to be complicated, and that's that on that. I will discuss my product line in a future video, but for now, let's just get back to this collection, because I will be making changes to my product line in the future, but put a pin in it. We will discuss it at a later date. For the Apothecary collection, I released 3 scents: Bruja, Let's Get Metaphysical, and Scaramel Vanilla Scream. The common thread between this trio is that they are all grounded in earthy, resinous base notes. Yes, even the caramel vanilla is a little earthy. It's a little resinous. Let's start with Ms. Bruja. Bruja, of course, means witch in Espanol. Bruja is, I know I did not just do that. Okay, first of all, I speak Spanish, but I'm from Southern California. I do allow myself a little bit of Spanglish here and there, and I just did it. The correct pronunciation, pronounce it however you want. Not everyone is a Spanish speaker, duh. But the correct pronunciation of the name is Bruja, but I just said Bruja. That's totally fine. But anyway, I'll flip-flop throughout this video. I'll try not to, though. Bruja, okay, is an earthy, smoky, resinous floral that very much, as the name would suggest, is giving witchy, spooky, fancy, eccentric lady who lives in a glamorous old house, who has a pet raven on her shoulder, and a garden full of questionable plants. We'll leave it at that. She's got a cupboard full of bottles that have, X's on them and little skeletons on them and do not open on them. And she's got a weird looking garden outside. You put 2 and 2 together. I'm not asking questions. I don't judge. I'm just saying she's that girl. And that is Bruja. This one is, again, smoky and it's resinous, but it has that dark feminine touch of having a little bit of rose, a little bit of lavender in there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, but it's not pretty. It's beautiful in the way that rose and lavender just exudes elegance and beauty. Peonies and strawberries and whipped cream are cutesy boopsy and pretty. You see? Love both of those gals, but they're 2 very different gals. You get it. Dark feminine is what I'm going for. So on the other side of it, her cousin would be Let's Get Metaphysical. A little kitschy, a little cutesy boopsy, little cheeky little name there. This one is very similar to Bruja, but this one omits most of the floral notes. It's very heavy on the resinous, herbal, earthy, musky notes. What I wanted with this one was that scent, that familiar scent of, incense and smoke and resin and just a little teeny tiny touch of dried florals, the potpourri, that melange of fragrances that you get when you walk into a metaphysical shop. You know what I'm talking about. As soon as you open that door and that little little ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling, little bell or the chimes or whatever go off, and you are smacked in the face by that glorious, beautiful, very thick, heady scent, earthy, resinous, herbal, delicious. That's Let's Get Metaphysical. That's this one. It smacks you in the face in the friendliest way. I realize that kind of made it sound kind of harsh, but it's not harsh. It's definitely thick. It's definitely heavy, but it's not difficult. If you like metaphysical shops, if you love incense, if you love earthy scents, you'll like this one. It's not cupcake sweet. It's not fruity sweet. None of that. It's earthy, resinous, incensey, patchouli sweetness. Got it? Finally comes Caramel Vanilla Scream. Another cutesy boopsy little name here. Obviously, it's a caramel, vanilla, and creamy concoction. Yes, very sweet, very yummy, very, very that. This scent is thick. Oh, she's a thick one. We love them thick. Thick, sweet, creamy, delicious. And she's bottom heavy. It is, of course, as the name would indicate, a sweet, ultra mega gourmand, caramel, vanilla, and thick, lip smacking thick, sweet cream. Think condensed milk that's on the verge of being burnt, where it's starting to pick up those caramel notes, those ultra rich vanilla notes. Oh, it's so good. So what makes this one read more kitchen witch than modern sweet light cookie shop, trendy on Instagram cookie shop? It's that it is grounded in earthy baking spices. There's a tiny bit of burnt sugar in there, and there's some burnt sweet resins as well. A tiny hint of resinous powder, and that is why I would call this a dirty vanilla. It's almost burnt. It's those notes of slightly overcooked caramel, thick cream, little bit of, maybe somebody blew some nag champa powder across the kitchen while you were baking. It picks up an earthiness, which is very hearth witch, very cottage witch, and not fancy, fluffy, light, trendy, minimalist bake shop vanilla cookie. Get it? It's again, like I said earlier with Bruja. Bruja is that thick, smoky, sexy, rosy, dark floral lady. She's not a strawberries and cream type of girl. Caramel Vanilla Scream, likewise, is a thick, having, I don't know, a sweet cream coffee and a homemade vanilla cake with charred caramel glaze on top with your friendly neighborhood cottage witch. It's not let me get pretty, wear something cute, and have a beautiful, light, gorgeous, minimal cupcake at the trendy bake shop uptown. I love them both. Your girl is a creature of extremes. But this is the witchy caramel vanilla. There's a difference. Cottage goth versus corporate clean goth girly. See? There you go. So there you have it. The White Bat Wax Apothecary collection. With the release of these scents, the next chapter of White Bat Wax is beginning. I mentioned earlier that I am and will be phasing out fragrances that are wax melt only. Once that happens, I will be introducing larger glass jars for my candles. And I mean, yes, I'm still quite a ways away from that, so I won't get into it too much, but I am taking growth one step at a time. Opening and maintaining a premium indie candle brand is a very expensive, very time-consuming labor of love, so I'm taking it slowly and steadily. It's happening, it's growing, just very, very slowly. This is not my main shop, my main source of income. It is a fun passion project. It is a joy of a side quest, and I'm loving it, but we are not at the phase right now where I can dedicate all of my time to it and just release and build and do things. We're just not there. We're taking it slow and steady, and that's okay for now. And with that, this episode of Wax Chat is winding down. If you're interested in trying out Bruja, Let's Get Metaphysical, and Scaramel. Am I ever going to say it properly? Let's get metaphysical. But I have to say it with a little, let's get metaphysical. That's so not sexy. Guys, it is 2:30 in the morning. Let me do what I'm doing. If you would like to try Bruja, let's get metaphysical. or Scaramel Vanilla Scream. Head over to the White Bat Wax shop and go nuts. Go shopping. Have a good time. Try them out. I also have the fragrances available as sampler boxes. So you don't have to commit to a full size. You can pick up a sampler of each before you commit. Love it. Easy, delicious, fabulous. All right. Off I go. Thank you for hanging out with me. Keep smelling good, you weirdos. And I will see you in the next one.